Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with a big opinion here. So, looking at new stuff, and I was taking a look at the Pentagon Pizza Index. According to this, something may happen sometime soon. Uh, Several of these pizza places had increased operations hours in the last few days. Um, Before I really get into that, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out. Share this with a friend or family member. Like, do all that other good stuff. So, um, we are at the highest point possible for something going on between China and Taiwan. They say it's critical. The U.S. and Iran is critical. The U.S. and Venezuela is critical, but that one's kind of started to go down. The U.S. and Russia is elevated, and the U.S. and China is moderate. Poland sending some more jets to Ukraine. Security officials in Iran have said 3,000 members of terror groups have been arrested. The president of Iran, in a conversation with Putin, pointed out the involvement of the United States and Israel in destabilizing the situation in their republic. Let's see. Russia says the U.S. efforts on the Ukrainian settlement are interesting. And, Zelensky is saying that delegations are headed to the United States for talks on security guarantees. That one just popped up. 83% chance of Republicans winning the Montana race. I'd have guessed that. So, a decent amount of stuff going on. And the most recent Trump is evil thing. And I'm going to mispronounce her name, so I'm just going to say the person that should be president of Venezuela has given her Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. Basically saying, I've done a lot of work. I'm glad they awarded this to me. But she said, in recognition of his unique commitment to our freedom. And he said, such a wonderful gesture of mutual respect. And everyone is basically saying, it doesn't matter if someone gives you this, you didn't earn it, blah, 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 blah. It's absurd. It cannot be revoked, shared, or transferred. The Peace Prize cannot be given away. You can give anything away. Been madness to award him the prize. Unbelievably embarrassing and damaging. Especially to one of the world's most recognized and important prizes. The awarding of this prize is now so politicized and potentially dangerous that it could easily legitimize an anti-peace prize development. I can't believe she actually gave the prize to Trump. What on earth is the Nobel Committee going to say? As a prepper, I don't really care. I think strong men need to be capable of doing terrible things. Uh, and you need to know when to do those terrible things. I don't want to get overly political, but the US generally didn't like the Venezuelan president. You know, he was doing bad things. He was, you know, not being a good leader. The US and a lot of the rest of the world said that he got voted out. And he stayed in power because he had control of the military. So, us being the good big brother, like I would say we objectively did the right thing of removing him from that equation. Yes, are there other parts to this, like, you know, the oil and how does it affect Russia and China? But if you have the capability of fixing a situation, you know, we'll let the future decide if this was the right fix. But at least in the short term, we solved a problem. And now it takes more effort and time to see if our solution worked, because the current status quo was not accomplishing anything. And, you know, I think in today's world, he could buy an animal shelter and say that no dog here is ever going to get euthanized, and we're going to have every single person becoming a dog expert on why we should be euthanizing dogs. The sky is blue. No, here's why it's actually purple. I look at it as, you know, the price of my goods should go down, so I should be able to buy more prepping stuff. You know, I was telling the wife, we did the math, and it cost $93 to fill up my truck. I'm getting diesel at $2.60, and it's a 36-gallon tank. There were times when I was getting a full tank at $130, $140. You know, I think the highest I ever saw diesel was like 412, so 148 to fill it up. I'm gonna take those numbers. Also, looking at all this new stuff, you know, it doesn't really affect me working out. My workout last night, it sucked. I'm tired. My legs are sore. Sorry, someone at work had a question. And I'm gonna be too lazy to edit out that 10 seconds of silence. You know, our CIA director is meeting with the interim president. So I wouldn't say anything too terrible is going on today. You know, that's up for your debate. So I'll say something that I've said before. You should keep working out. Aim for a 30-minute workout today. Something that gets your heart rate, you know, higher than 130 beats. One of the things that I've started doing when I do my walks on the treadmill, you know, some days it's just a walk. Um, Other days, I'm putting on my rucksack with all of my like bug out gear. You should train how you fight. The other day, I went ahead and threw on one of my rifles, and I carried it as well. Uh, couldn't carry it in the low ready because the sides of the treadmill kind of got in the way. But just having it slung over the shoulder, like put everything on, and set yourself at a 25-minute walking pace. See how you do. If you don't got a treadmill but you live out in the middle of nowhere, throw all your gear on. Tell yourself, you're gonna walk a mile out and a mile back. Uh, and you can pull up your YouTube stuff, pay attention, see if there's anything else going on that you think is important, and let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna keep drinking my Diet Coke. I'm gonna get through this workday, and then I'm gonna think about what we're gonna talk about for tomorrow's video. But with that, catch you in the next one.